Skippy02 here again. Thanks for checking us out, YouTube. Gonna do a little quick look unboxing type video for y'all. What I've got here is a brand spanking new Taurus PT111. You can see the average MSRP there is $299. You can pick it up for a little less than that if you shop around. Here's all the pertinent information there, but enough of that. Let's take a peek. Obviously, you get the Taurus lifetime repair policy, warranty, and registration card. Gun comes with two of these steel magazines. They are 12-round capacity, plastic base plates. Again, you get two of those. Other ones in the pistol itself. Comes with a little baggie to keep all your miscellaneous stuff or your spare mag in. Also comes with a chamber flag, a frame key, and some plastic stuff and that silica desiccant, whatever, to keep it from rusting and that kind of thing. Anyway, let's sit those back in there. Won't need those for this. What everybody's actually wanting to see is this dude right here, right? So put that off to the side. Anyway, this is the Millennium G2, otherwise known as the PT111 G2. This particular one is 9mm. It's available in 40 Smith. Also, you can pick it up like you see here in what they call blued, which is actually a black parkerized type melanite coating. Also available in stainless slide with the black frame. And again, in the 9 or 40 caliber. So you got a few options out there to shop around and pick and choose from. This gun, in its original rendition, the original Millennium series, got a lot of hate and a lot of well-deserved hate. There were a lot of problems with them, and they were just, I'll say it, they were garbage. And if you own one, I'm sorry, but odds are if you own one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Recently, they released these. I don't know, was it last year? Maybe it was middle of last year, or I'm thinking it was early last year, 2014, that they put these out. And anywho, basically, it's a completely new gun. It shares a lot of the size and features, but basically the overwhelming majority of this gun has been completely reworked in some way, shape, form, or the other. So you may as well call it a brand new gun. 22 ounces, unloaded, 3.2-inch barrel. Barrel is stainless. I don't know if the slide itself is stainless, but I know the barrel is advertised and listed as being stainless. Polymer frame. If you're familiar with the previous Millennium, you'll recognize the frame is completely different. They've done some stuff with the ergonomics. They've added this super rough texturing, almost stippling to it in these kind of crazy looking patterns. Changed around the trigger guard, added a nice thumb relief here, a thumb perch here, added a rail for those of you who have those new generation micro lights for your compact style pistols. You can mount one here. The right side of the gun is completely slick. There's no controls or function buttons on this side, as you can see. Everything is on the left side, and by everything what I mean is your mag release, which I believe is flippable, so if you are left-handed, that would simplify that equation for you. The slide catch and the manual safety. The manual safety has a very positive detent, so if you're not a fan of a manual safety, I would venture to say you could put it off and leave it off and probably never have a problem with it. But for those of you who like the safety and whatnot, you'll be glad to know that it is, a firm detent, and it's not that hard to switch off and on. Controls are pretty low profile. I like that. Very limited chance of them snagging or catching on your clothing or holster as you're drawing. The sights are 3-dot style. The front is attached permanently and non-driftable or anything along those lines. However, the rear is adjustable both in elevation and windage. There's your elevation screw adjustment there. There's your windage adjustments there. And while I'm here, this right here is the TCSS, which is the Taurus Complete Security System. Basically, there's a special key that is obviously included in the box. You stick in there, turn that, and it locks the gun, completely making it inert. A lot of companies are starting to do that. I believe that's mandatory in some states in this country. You can check me on that. I'm not going to get into it, whatever. I'm not a fan. On the top, again, you can see the stainless steel barrel. They've left it polished and not, blacked out like the rest of the gun, as well as the loaded chamber indicator. Idea being that when there's a round in the chamber, you could slide your finger across the top and feel that this is lifted up. Several companies are starting to do this, and again, I think that's another safety item feature that is required in some states as well, but whatever. Trigger on this is single action, double action, which is almost unheard of in a striker fired polymer pistol, but sure enough, click, 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 it does. Trigger on it's not bad, just over 6 pounds at break, and it's basically the same pull weight regardless of whether you single action or double action. And in all honesty, the trigger feels very much the same in pull as far as, the actual tactile, what the shooter feels is very, very similar. All of this right here is very light, although it is a little muddy, and then the snap. Whereas with the single action here, it doesn't have that mushiness, but the draw on it and the length of pull is about the same. The one thing I'll say that I do not like about this trigger is where it breaks. It's literally at the very, very back of the grip, the frame. For me, that feels a little awkward, but potatoes, potatoes. Take it apart, show you all what it looks like on the inside. Breaks down basically just like a Glock. The dual little tabs here, pull those down with a little tension off of it, snap the trigger, it comes apart. Inside looks pretty much like any other striker fired pistol that you've probably looked at or seen. Only difference is you have this paddle right here. You see it moving up and down. That is what actually cocks and recocks the gun in double action. This back here that you see tip at the very end, that's your sear. But other than that, the operation is very similar to pretty much everything else out there on the market. But yeah, so that's what the inside looks like. As far as the excuse me, upper half goes, you've got a double recoil spring, is a steel base plunger piece, plastic outer piece which protrudes through the end of the slide. Double springs, obviously. Stainless steel barrel. It's 3.2 inches. 1 in 10 twist, I believe. Nicely polished up feed ramps there. Pretty nice looking barrel. Pretty nice. Drop safety. I don't know what the deal is with the bright orange paint that they chose to use inside of there, but again, most all of that looks like every other striker fired pistol on the planet. So if you've seen one, maybe it's true. Maybe you have seen them all. So we'll slap that back together. And then reassembling is pretty straightforward. And I say that, and what have I done wrong here? Oh, I see. I got the spring off kilter. Gotta make sure that spring's on the right plane, otherwise you're going nowhere. There we go. Much easier. Anyway, haven't taken it out to the range, so I can't tell you at this point how it shoots. Been fiddle farting with it the last day or so. And like I said, I'm not real crazy about how this trigger snaps at the very back of the pull. But that's just me. Maybe that won't be a problem to you. I have kind of large paws, so that's part of the problem, I think. But everything else about this gun, I'm kind of liking as far as the aesthetics. I like that it's rounded at the butt. It's less likely to print. I like the way they've scalloped this slide down and narrow it. That's going to simplify reholstering. as well as possibly taking some weight out. Who knows? You know, they've added the rail for that micro lights that are so small now and becoming so popular. That's all good with me. And the weight, again, it's very, very light. Anyway, this is it. This is the Taurus Millennium G2, aka the PT111. If you're looking around or shopping for something in the compact, easily concealable market, you may want to give this a try, or at least give it a look, see what you think about it. For the price, you really can't beat it. You really can't beat it. So anyway, I appreciate y'all taking the time to watch. If y'all have any questions, comments, what have you, go ahead and post those up. I do my best to stay on top of those. And as always, I'm going to tell y'all, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. God bless. Thanks for watching.